The Toyota 4Runner name has been around a long time, around 25 years. And back when it was new, truck-based, off-road capable SUVs like this were the state of the art. Now there's really only a handful of them left, as most SUVs are car-based and have better on-road performance, because let's face it, most people don't go off-road. But it begs the question, has the Toyota 4Runner been left behind? The fact that the 4Runner is a truck-based SUV doesn't help its ride or its handling. The suspension's been softened to a point that's almost a fault. The body has a lot of constant bobbing type motions. The best word we could find to describe it was buoyant. It's the type of ride that probably would make my kids car sick if they were riding in the back seat. And one of the things that most of the testers noted was that even in mild braking, the body tends to pitch forward as you come to a stop. Handling's not that much better. The steering's vague, it's very slow to respond. There's a lot of body lean as you go around corners. Ultimately, it's secure as it is equipped with standard stability control that keeps it on course, but it had slow speeds around the track and through our emergency avoidance maneuver. Though the 4Runner doesn't ride or handle that well, one thing it is fairly quiet. The only noise that really comes into the cabin is some grumble from the V6 engine, and that same V6 has good power and okay fuel economy for an SUV of this size. Where there used to be a V8 version of the 4Runner available, it is no longer, though you can now get a 4-cylinder if you don't need four-wheel drive. One thing the 4Runner excels at is off-road ability. It easily climbed a really rough rock hill, and its ground clearance, its traction, its low-range gear all made it a breeze for it to get up there. And it also has some added features that help in off-road driving, like a hill descent control and a climb assist feature. One annoyance is that the four-wheel drive version in our truck was only a part-time system, meaning that you have to turn it on and off as conditions warrant, whether you need it or not. You can get a full-time four-wheel drive system, but it's only available on the more expensive trim lines. The square shape of the 4Runner makes the visibility better than some, but not without issue. The high beltline makes the windows feel a bit squatty, and the roofline tends to come into your field of vision in front. The rear view camera system gives a view of what's behind you embedded in the rear view mirror, but the image is just too small. One of the things we noticed right off is that it's a fairly high step into the 4Runner. You got to lift, and I even end up using the steering wheel to kind of boost me inside. Inside the 4Runner, the interior kind of fits with its off-road truck-like character, and that it's kind of rough and ready. But what it doesn't really fit with is a nearly $40,000 SUV. It's not very luxurious or plush. There's a lot of hard plastics. They don't fit together in places, and certainly nothing's padded or those niceties that you see in more expensive vehicles. As far as controls go, there's kind of some contradictions in that the knobs are big and really easy to use and at a good height. Some of the problems are these right-handed ones are a bit far away. You have to kind of lean out to get them. And the audio font is very hard to see for some. It's quite small, and though it sounds like a minuscule thing, the presets don't align to the actual buttons, so it's hard to select what station you want. The driving position in the 4Runner could actually use some improvement as well. Unlike other SUVs that give you a very upright, commanding view type of driving position, the 4Runner's is a bit down and forward. It's more of a legs straight out type of position. The dash is very high in front of you, and even though it has seat height adjustment, many people are going to run out of headroom before they can use it. As far as the seats go, both the cushion and seat back are rather flat. You feel almost that you sit up on top of them rather than in them. As far as the rear seat goes, you have plenty of room. Again, the combination of the high floor and somewhat flat cushions lack thigh support. A couple of nice things, the rear seat backs do recline, and they fold in 3 separate sections, which can give you this center area for putting long items. As far as carrying cargo in the 4Runner, one of the things people almost universally liked was the retractable rear window. Not only does it give you flow-through ventilation, it lets you stick something out the back if you need to, like a piece of lumber. Our 4Runner didn't have the optional 3rd row, so it left us a lot of cargo capacity. One nice thing is the sliding load tray, which operates very easily and slides nicely even when loaded to its full 440-pound capacity. So unless you absolutely need the off-road capability of the 4Runner, there's not a lot of other reasons to buy it, and there are a lot better choices out there.